How are you? How was your week? Weeks go by. Some weeks are good, some weeks aren't so good. This one was okay. When I'm going through the week and I'm thinking, I'm doing kind of stuff that Colleen used to do. Talking to people, making sure that we're close to family, loving people. So I was thinking about when we first started going through this really rough journey, what we would think about, and one of the things that we would always think about was about Scarlett and what Colleen wanted for her. So we would, when it was time to do her first birthday, Craig set it up the way Colleen wanted it to be. When he decided he wanted her to be baptized, it was because Colleen came up with it. So it was almost as if what would Carl do? And that's what we would do. And so that's kind of a legacy, isn't it, that Colleen left? A way of showing people how she wanted it to be and doing it, and then we follow and do what she did. And I thought, there's a song, I Don't Want to Leave a Legacy, and it's about giving Jesus his due, knowing that all of this comes from Jesus. And I believe that. I agree with that. But I also think that the legacy of love, which did come originally from Jesus, came through Carl. And so this is what she's left for us. I looked it up in the Bible to see if a legacy is in the Bible. And sometimes it's talking about the children and that is your legacy. But Matthew 5:16 says, in the same way, you should be a light for other people. Live so that they will see the good things you do. Live so that they will praise your Father in heaven. In other words, give God his due, but live so that you take care of and love other people. 1 Corinthians just says that, 16:14, do everything in love. And 1 Timothy 5:8 said a believer should take care of his own relatives, especially his own family. That is something that Colleen definitely gave us. So here's the thing. A legacy of love is what I'm talking about. And I looked it up, and it's a lasting impact on what you have on other people through the kindness and support and the encouragement that you show. This is what I'm talking about. Colleen showed all of us how to love, how to be there for other people, how to know what's important in life. So I talked to some friends who have lost somebody, whether they've lost them recently or a long time ago. My friend Jo, her dad, his legacy was the love for the entire family, not just his children and his wife, but his nieces and nephews and their kids. That was his legacy. And one of the things that shows it was what they would do for holidays, for certain holidays, or in the fall where they all get together and they're together. My friend Sarah lost her grandmother, Mamma Mia, and she talked about the legacy that her grandmother gave her for cooking, because that's what Sarah loves, is cooking and arts, and she's so creative in singing, and she learned that from her grandmother. That's what her grandmother gave her to continue, and Sarah sends that to her son so that he can learn that stuff. My friend Kathy, her mom, her legacy was the love for family. That was the most important thing. You guys stay together, and not for nothing, but they're doing that. They're staying together. It's a lot of kids in that family, but they spend time together. That legacy came from their mom. My mother-in-law, Catherine, her legacy was she fed anybody who came to her house. She did that. And so it ends up that often when people come to my house, they get food. Even if I don't have a lot of it, they get it. And the legacy that we got from Carl is the love that she had for other people. Before we had to go through all of this, I would be kind to other people as much as I could. I would be loving, but I didn't go toward people that I didn't know as much. But now, from Carl, that's what we do. We talk to people that we've never talked to before, and we share things we've never shared before. And we love, and we say it. I love you. Didn't used to do that. Colleen left us a legacy of family, of the love for family, of the need for family, of the way of the person to be the one who calls somebody else and says, come on, let's go kayaking, or come on, let's go do that reunion and get together. That came from Carl. I get that this all originates with God, with Jesus. That's what Jesus said, love other people. But the people that we've lost, the people that we love, that taught us, they took that and figured out how to do it. That's the legacy. You can leave a legacy if you want. And it's all it is by sharing the stuff that you love, that you do, that is important to you, and being open with other people. When you're here on earth, we all think that's it. Like, once you're gone, then you're forgotten. And I would think after many generations that might be true. But nowadays, we can write a story about it. We can do a video about it. We can talk to other people about it and keep it going. To leave a legacy of love, to show other people how you show your love. That's what Jesus said to do. Love other people and show it, and teach them how to love other people. There's not anything more important in this world than that. And my daughter showed me that. And Kathy's mom showed her, and Kenny's mom showed him, and Joe's dad showed her. We're learning. Even though they're still up in heaven, we're still learning. There was a song I found called Legacy of Love. He was the kind of man that good men talk about. The way he showed his faith was how he lived it out. His hands were rough and calloused, and his shoes were old and torn, and the lines that framed his smile were lined so well and deep and worn. So what will be remembered of what he left behind? What will stand the test of time? How to love your neighbor, how to love your wife. Wrap your arms around your children and pray with them each night. Thank God for all the good things, because the good things are enough. The ties that bind and leave behind a legacy of love. He worked a second job to make the ends all meet, but somehow managed to always be there for me. showed me how to listen and how to stand for what is right, and taught me all the things that really matter in this life. As I look into the eyes of my daughters and my sons, I hope I've stood for something that they'll want to carry on, because life is far too short not to finally realize that it's long enough to make a difference in someone's life. So I'm going to love my neighbor, and I'm going to love my wife, wrap my arms around my children, and pray with them each night. Thank God for all the good things, because the good things are enough. The ties that bind, and leave behind a legacy of love. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to do what my daughter did for me, and I'm going to try to do it for my son and my daughter-in-law and my son-in-law and my other daughter and the babies. Leave a legacy of love and show them how to love other people in the way that I know how to do it. And they're already doing it. They're showing me, my daughters, my son, my granddaughters, my husband, and my mom, and my dad. Keep an eye on it, learn from it, and then we can lead it and send it to the next generation. That made no sense. Maybe you could try to leave a legacy. Maybe you already have. All right, I'm going to try to do that this week. You have a good week. I love you. I miss you a lot. But we'll be together soon. Have a good week.